Welcome. In this short training, we'll explore how human trafficking intersects with healthcare. You'll learn how to recognize red flags, understand the unique needs of survivors, and respond with trauma informed care. Even a brief medical visit can be a powerful opportunity for connection, safety, and support. Human trafficking involves the use of force, fraud, and/or coercion to exploit people for labor or sex. It does not require movement across borders. Trafficking can happen anywhere, including in our own communities. IPV, or interpersonal violence, and human trafficking are distinct yet often have interconnected aspects rooted in power and control dynamics. IPV involves many forms of abuse by a current or former partner. Human trafficking most certainly involves multiple tactics of abuse, but hinges on exploitation for commercial gain. While IPV often occurs within an intimate relationship, human trafficking can involve various perpetrators, including intimate partners who may use elements of IPV to control their victims. Sex trafficking occurs when individuals are compelled by force, fraud, or coercion to engage in commercial sex acts. If the person is under 18, it's considered trafficking. No proof of force, fraud, or coercion is needed. Minors cannot legally consent to commercial sex acts. International Labor Organization estimates that globally over 27 million people are currently trapped in modern slavery. In the US, over 10,000 cases were reported in 2022, and many more go undetected. Some groups like immigrants, LGBTQ plus youth, and people living in poverty face higher risks due to systemic inequities. Many people think trafficking only happens in faraway places or involves kidnapping, but that's not true. Victims often know and even trust their traffickers. Some may not see themselves as victims or may feel unsafe seeking help. That's why awareness matters. Medical professionals are often the only outside contact a trafficked person may have. Your role isn't to rescue someone, it's to offer safety, dignity, and support. A trauma informed, non judgmental approach can open the door for disclosure and help. Red flags can show up in subtle ways. A patient may avoid eye contact, seem anxious, or have injuries at different stages of healing. They may be accompanied by someone who answers all questions or insists on staying in the room. When it comes to human trafficking, healthcare professionals are in a unique position. Many survivors interact with clinics and hospitals, especially during pregnancy, but go unidentified. That's why screening tools matter. The adult human trafficking screening tool is one of the most widely used options. It's trauma informed, short, just 8 yes or no questions, and requires no special license to use. For teens, the Green Bomb Short Screen is a 6 question tool validated to detect child sex trafficking, especially in emergency and pediatric settings. Fast-paced environments like emergency departments, the MUMA 14-question survey or the shorter RAFT screen can quickly flag risk indicators. These tools are better at identifying trafficking than relying on provider judgment alone. Another helpful resource is a Polaris medical assessment flowchart, which is a clinical decision making guide that starts with observable red flags and walks providers through next steps. Make every effort to conduct screenings in private without a partner present. When introducing screening, take a relational, trauma informed approach. You could say, let's take a moment to talk privately, just you and me. This is something we do with everyone, and I ask these questions all of the time just to make sure we're supporting you in every way we can and that you choose. When a person discloses, it may not be clear cut. A patient might say, I can't leave. He holds my documents. Or I owe a debt and I can't pay. These are clues. Your job isn't to investigate, but to believe, validate, and refer. Be prepared. If you suspect trafficking, avoid confrontational questions. Stay calm and kind. Let the patient know that they're not alone. Only report if required by law and explain what you're doing. Always prioritize the patient's safety and autonomy. Know your local referral contacts. Michigan's human trafficking hotline is 1-855 Voices 4, and the National Human Trafficking Hotline is 1-888 373 7888. Partner with community organizations that support survivors. Your space can become a safe entry point to healing and services. Human trafficking is complex, but your role is simple. Recognize, respond, and refer. With awareness and compassion, medical providers can help break the cycle of exploitation and restore dignity. Thank you for viewing this short video on human trafficking. You can learn more about this and related topics at www.mcedsv.org. Click on the maternal health heading to access a wide variety of other recorded trainings, information of upcoming live trainings, customizable tools, and hundreds of other resources. This video was developed with support from a grant from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services Maternal Mortality Surveillance Program. The opinions, findings, and conclusions or recommendations expressed in this publication, program, exhibition are those of the authors and do not necessarily reflect the view of the U.S. Department of Justice or the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.